In a shocking twist that has middle-class families from California to New York sitting on the edge of their seats, Mexico's newly elected president has delivered a fiery, unprecedented message directly aimed at Donald Trump's latest immigration crackdown. Just when everyone thought mass deportations were nothing but a distant threat, Trump escalated tensions by preparing military-backed flights to remove thousands of migrants. But instead of quietly accepting this political storm, Mexico unleashed a counterstrike that's shaking global politics. A bold program called Mexico Embraces You, a rescue plan so massive, so emotionally charged that it's being hailed as the single most defiant move against Washington in decades. With Trump promising the biggest deportations in history, shockwaves rippled through migrant communities across the United States. In the first week alone, over 40,000 Mexicans were put on repatriation flights. But President Claudia Jembom, who campaigned on dignity, unity, and resistance against foreign pressure, turned panic into political firepower. Within days, she ordered the construction of 9 fully operational shelters along the northern border, complete with medical teams, legal aid, and emergency housing for thousands of deportees. And this wasn't just charity, this was a loud, deliberate message to Washington. From coast to coast, American talk shows erupted. Some commentators hailed Sheinbaum's stance as a necessary shield,
while others blasted it as dangerous provocation. "We can't even afford our own health care," said one Michigan factory worker.
Middle-class taxpayers already furious over rising grocery bills and shrinking 401ks are watching this standoff with clenched jaws. Washington is spending billions on deportations that don't fix the economy, don't fix trade, and only make relations with Mexico worse. But it's not just words fueling this storm. Sheinbaum's government rolled out something unprecedented: the Piano Welfare Card, a direct economic lifeline for deported citizens, offering cash support, free nationwide transportation, and immediate health coverage. At the same time, Mexico's private sector pledged over 50,000 new jobs for repatriated workers, a move aimed at rapidly rebuilding shattered lives. It's a political gamble that's paying off. Even more stunning, Mexico confronted Trump's most controversial proposal, sending migrants to offshore detention centers. In a diplomatic thunderclap, Sheinbaum issued an official statement: "No Mexican shall be sent to a third country." While Washington doubled down on mass deportations, Mexico transformed the crisis into a demonstration of resilience. Helicopters transported supplies to remote border areas. Engineers installed water and power systems overnight. Behind closed doors, however, the situation is far more complex. Analysts warn that Trump's policy may backfire economically. Every flight carrying deportees represents a labor vacuum in U.S. industries like agriculture, construction, and manufacturing.
One senior trade economist warned, "This isn't just immigration, it's a supply chain nightmare."
If mass deportations continue, you're looking at skyrocketing prices for food, housing, and services. Already, the latest consumer index reports rising costs in farm goods, and major U.S. corporations are lobbying Washington to rethink its strategy before irreversible damage hits the economy. Meanwhile, Mexico's government is leveraging this crisis to reassert its global trade standing. Multinational companies in manufacturing and technology have pledged to hire thousands of returning workers. After Trump threatened new tariffs on Mexican steel and automotive imports, Sheinbaum responded with a chilling warning: "For every wall built, Mexico will build a bridge to Europe, to Asia." This statement sent shockwaves through Wall Street, with auto industry stocks dipping. Middle-class car buyers might soon face price hikes of thousands of dollars per vehicle if tariffs spiral. Adding to the drama, over 50 Mexican consulates across the United States have switched to 24/7 operations. Legal defense teams are fighting deportation orders in courtrooms nationwide, with emergency hotlines and mobile apps alerting families of detentions in real time. For many middle-class Mexican-American households, these efforts have become a lifeline. At the same time, Mexican social policy is undergoing rapid transformation. Deportees receive not only temporary housing, but also fast-track documentation to re-enter the workforce without bureaucratic red tape. Even within the United States, political cracks are forming. Some lawmakers have begun questioning whether Trump's aggressive stance is politically sustainable. Polls show a growing number of independent and moderate voters viewing mass deportations as costly, inhumane. In Mexico, the emotional response to these deportations has become a defining moment of national unity. Television broadcasts feature stories of mothers reunited with children they hadn't seen for years, But beneath the surface, tension is mounting. Logistical strains are becoming apparent. Local governments are scrambling to convert schools, sports centers, and even unused factories into temporary shelters. On the diplomatic stage, the standoff has become a chess match. Sheinbaum's administration is leveraging alliances with Canada, European nations, and even Asian trade partners to counterbalance U.S. economic pressure. Some analysts suggest this could mark the beginning of a seismic geopolitical shift, where Mexico emerges not as Washington's junior partner, but as a strong independent force in global trade policy. And so the question remains. As Mexico turns deportation into a symbol of unity and resilience while the U.S. doubles down on hardline policies, who truly benefits from this escalating standoff? Will middle-class American families find themselves paying the ultimate price for political posturing? What do you think? Has this immigration crackdown protected American interests? Or has it unleashed a political and economic storm that Washington can no longer control? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to watch our next video exploring the long-term implications of U.S. immigration policy on global trade relationships.